Frustrating night. One that we wish we'd probably have back, especially as we watch the film. Too many errors, too many. We got our own way too much. And again, we got to take these good weeks of practice. We got to put them to practical use. We can't get in our own way. We can't beat ourselves. Defensively, I felt like we got tired in the second half with 2 16-play drives. Ample opportunities on third down to get off the field, and just couldn't get it done. Offensively, we just got out of rhythm in the second half, never really got into one. Had opportunities down in the red zone, came away with no points. Again, that's not how you have success, especially when you play a team that you know is going to score points. And they got kudos to Utah State, especially their quarterback. About as tough a player as I've seen all year that we've played.
Coach, what led to the decision to start EJ tonight?
We win games as a team, we lose as a team.
In terms of the offensive performance, especially in the second half, were they changing anything on the flip side for you guys?
Not that I saw, just on the naked eye. They were in their odd structure, their 3-3-5, and actually we got to execute at a higher rate. It is what it is, and like I said, we're going to wish we had it back. And there were some positive things, but we got to string some first downs together. And if we had a chance to keep our defense off the field at times, I think that changes the whole look of the second half.
Were you feeling with the defense with the amount of time of possession in that second half?
Oh, yeah. There's no call that you have out there that give guys extra energy.
Coach, can you explain why Luke only got 4 rushing attempts, and when you're passing, when it's crunch time, how come the passes are in front of the first down marker instead of behind it?
I'm not going to sit here and second guess what we were doing. We ran for 180 yards. We had a solid game plan. Like I said, I don't think we didn't execute very well in the second half.
Coach, you talked about those positives. What are you taking away from this game?
That we need to be better on all 3 phases. Complementary football. We didn't do it in the second half. We need to be able to have ball control. We need to play field position, so that way we're not on the field as long as we are, from a defensive standpoint.
Coach, what was your view on that Arsenault unnecessary roughness penalty?
Yeah, I was a little, I'm not on that sideline. I suppose there's a hierarchy of coaches in the league, and some people get some calls on their sideline and some don't. But I don't know. I'd have to look at it.
Coach, how did EJ Warner win the starting job back from
We're going to continue to keep battling, keep growing. We got 1 game left regular season, and can't wait to get back to work.
One of the touchdowns was a long play. Besides that, what were some of the reasons the team struggled to sustain drives?
Some penalties at different times. They created some TFLs, some negative plays. We got behind the sticks. We never were able to string some plays together to get back into a groove like we did a little bit early in the second half. And unfortunately, that reverse, we had a holding call on it, and it just got our own way. We beat ourselves. You can't do that in college football.
And what do you think was the biggest difference from the team's performance in the first half and the second half?
Well, I think defensively, I think I mentioned it, we're on the field for about 50 snaps, so we got wore out. Offensively, we couldn't sustain drives, and that was the biggest difference in the game, period.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
When did you know that EJ would be the starter today?
We're going to continue to keep growing as a football team and keep getting better. Like I said, the seniors got 1 more regular season game. If we're fortunate enough, we'll get in a bowl game and get an opportunity to keep coaching them.
Coach, did senior night play a factor in that quarterback decision at all, or was that straight?
We got 27 great seniors. Appreciate all of them. There was a lot of emotion tonight on the field. All of them were super excited about the opportunity to get 1 more chance to play in the stadium tonight.
And can you just talk about that momentum swing when you guys get that fumble, start from the 20, look like you're about to score, really extend that lead, and then things go the other way, and then all of a sudden it's
I think we ended up +1 tonight in the turnover margin. Usually you hope that's good enough to give you a chance to win, and it did at times. I mean, we had opportunities to be successful. We got to score when you're in the red zone. Can't come away with field goals.
Coach, you guys did have more passing yards than usual in the first half. So what was your assessment of how the move worked out?
Say that one more
Yeah,
time.
what was your assessment of how the decision?
I thought in the first half we had a real balanced offense. I thought we did a good job of spreading the ball around. I thought we did a good job of utilizing our tools, showing some creativity on the offensive side. And like I said, just didn't get a chance or an opportunity to get into that mode in the second half.